Today is there's an interesting question which is commonly mentioned or commonly discussed. Daniel brought it up, and I like his question. Email marketing is it? Full stop. It's like I think Daniel. I hope there's a statement. I don't know. Is that a statement or is there a question? But nevertheless, I picked up your question, and let's answer this. Okay. Um, let's start from the very top here. You have let's look at Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, PayPal. These are the four examples. I mean, there are many more. I'll just pick four. They are business, or majority of the business, basically running, basically getting people to run ads on their platform. Okay, and yeah, that's almost like 90% for Facebook, Google. Even LinkedIn, right? They are relying on people advertising on their platform. So people like us who advertise are their prospects. Now, the question is, how do they market this? Right? How do they actually build a relationship besides being just a user of their social media? Because advertisers profile is slightly different from users, although they are on the same platform, but advertisers has a specific need, has a specific requirements, right? Whereas the social media side, basically the idea is to connect with other people and all those things. So the messaging is different, the approach is different. But you notice in this case, I'll give you some examples. This is emails that Facebook sent. All right. They will promote about Meta for Business, for example. They talk about if there's webinar, they'll send an email out. If there are any certs, for example, like this, where is it? Too small. Where's my cert? If they have, yeah, for example, like this, if they have career certs, for example, all these things are sent through emails. Now, my question is, have you received any messenger messages from Facebook? They own that platform. Have you received any WhatsApp messages from Facebook regarding advertising? No. Have you received even on Facebook social media itself? Do you see a lot? They probably run some ads, or it's their house ads anyways. But generally speaking, Facebook, being reliant on advertisers, still use emails to reach out to their audience, specifically the advertisers. People will sign up for their ad accounts, for example. You have your email address, from your profile, and that's how they send to you. All right. So that's one. Number two, let's look at Google. All right. Largest search engine in the world. Number one, number two is YouTube, which is also owned by Google. Gmail, which is owned by Google, right? But when it comes to the time to read, what you call that, if it comes to reach the advertisers, they still use emails. And if they want to nurture, for example, if I'm a new advertiser, if I sign up a new Google Ads account, for example, they will send stuff like this: lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and and that's how they actually build. That's how they build education uh, for their advertisers through emails. Okay, so these are two big social media platforms, and they still use the medium of email to reach out to and these emails are to advertisers. It's not for random. If you happen to be, if you don't run a Google ad business, or you don't run a Google ad accounts, you probably won't receive this. Okay. Then LinkedIn, right? My favorite social channel for now. Um, they you see whenever there's posts on LinkedIn, they expect are you on LinkedIn most of the time? No. So what do? They will send you email to remind you, for example, certain people mention you in their posts so that you go back to the platform, right? For example, if there's new profile that comes in, they will tell you by email, right? They could send you an email, which is a LinkedIn form of messaging, but you won't receive that. All right, that's received for advertisers, right? So, for example, when there's a new event coming up, all right, especially a LinkedIn event, they will send you by email. So there you go. These three, and finally, if you look at PayPal, same thing. Their business is payments, and they could run ads. But if they want to look at if you're a PayPal customer, how do they reach you? They reach you by email. What else can they do? They can SMS you every day. They can WhatsApp you every day, right? So whenever there's a new activation or there's new activity on your PayPal account, they will trigger by email. And at the very least, if you look at it, all social media, when you sign up for a new account, they ask you obviously for your name, and this without fail. Why would they do that? If email marketing is dead or email is dead, right? Um, this wouldn't happen, right? For now, until maybe one day, I mean, knowing technology, there could be an email killer in the way that's being developed or being designed or being created. But for now, email is still um, alive and kicking. Okay, so now if you want to separate and say no, your email is definitely alive. I'm talking about email marketing is dead. Okay, fine. Email marketing is dead if you send basically what you call that? You send random emails to your list. Okay, basically whatever you have, whatever you want to announce, you just blast it to your list. Right now, that's not called email marketing. There's a term for it. Okay, that's called spamming. Right? In email marketing, the proper way is you need to first identify your users or identify your readers, know what they want, know what they need, and this is where you segment your readers or your list, and then you send relevant emails to different group of people, and then you either basically send useful information, okay, those that basically end of the day add value. Now, even if you make an offer, to help them, and in order for it to help them, let's say, solve a particular pain, solve a particular problem, and you expect to be paid for it, you made an offer for it, it is still some form of value because you're actually helping them to take to the next step. So that doesn't mean that if you send, sales emails, it is considered spamming. But unless if you send it to the right people, with the right type of expectation or needs, then it's not spamming. But if you send sales letter to every Tom, Dick, and Harry on your list, yes, you are spamming. And for them, email marketing is dead because nobody's going to open it up. Okay, nobody is going to take action because those information is not relevant to them. Okay, so email is definitely alive. Email marketing is definitely active because you still need, like, what I've shown you just now. Even the big social media boys, they still use it for nurturing purposes. They still use it for notification purposes. And there you have it. Okay. Now, if your whole entire business is then dependent and says, well, I'm going to do just email, then it may not be complete because email, end of the day, is still a channel. Okay. If you look at it this way, let me clear this. There's a few steps, a general steps basically in terms of marketing, right? Okay. I use this. All right. So generally, you need to attract, you need to nurture, and then you need to transact, which is a synonym for ANT, right? So in order for you to attract, you definitely need social media. Okay. So for example, because the idea is social media, you have random users coming in, dropping into your page, into your profile, or into your page, into page or profile, and basically these are the people where they will basically read some of your posts. And if your posts resonate with them, they will either follow you, right? Or they will engage with you. Okay. So these are, you basically put it up the message open for the world to see. All right. But once you have attracted, for example, even stuff like if you do webinars, if you do live like this, anybody on LinkedIn, for example, if I'm streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube, anybody who happen to stumble across this my channel will probably, if they find it useful, they will watch it. Okay, and that's they will form an impression of me, whether am I useful to them, am I helpful to them, and can I actually make a difference? If not, they will bounce. If they find it useful, if you find the content something that they could use, then yes, of course, they would then follow you, and to the point that they find that, okay, I trust you, I'm going to start maybe doing business with you and whatsoever. Okay, so you need to attract. So you need a channel like social media and all the other channels in. Once you have this, the next thing is draw them into your world, and this is how you use email to actually nurture them. Okay, because if you post a social media, for example, let's say now you have a promotion for your existing customers, do you post it on social media? No, because majority of these people may not be your customers, and the information is not relevant, and the last thing you want is to share this information people who you don't know you, right, about you. So you then send emails to people who are relevant and important to you, which is your customer, and you will have their contacts. Okay, so you then use email to nurture. Okay, of course, the other way is, of course, you can also DM them, right? Direct message them on your social media. But the problem is, if you have 1,000 customers, you can't blast DMs. You got to send one at a time. Anything more than that, then the social media platform will shut you down. Okay. Whereas in email, yes, I could have a list of 1 million subscribers, and I could send, technically speaking, if they're all relevant to me, I could send 1 million emails out at the same time, because there's ESP to manage this, right? Then once you have gone through this process, obviously you need to transact. I mean, what's the point of sending emails if you're going to make business out of it, right? Then you have stuff like your landing pages, right? If you sell stuff online, for example, if you sell info courses for online, you have landing pages to do the conversion, right? You have the details, and then there's a buy button, for example. Or if you're in B2B, you probably get on a call, all right? So get on a call, get on a Zoom, for example, get on a webinar, for example. Those are your transactional mechanism. Okay, so if you look at it, the entire process, you still use social media, you still use email, and you still use other assets like your websites, for example, your Zoom, for example, to actually complete the entire cycle from a prospect to a customer. And then the cycle continues, because once they become a customer, you would then still use email, like the Facebooks, the Googles, and the PayPal's example that I've shown you, to actually continue to engage with them and get them to buy more, do more business with you. Okay, so it is an entire ecosystem. And email, if don't get, just because I do email doesn't mean that I'm gonna stand by email all the way. But you have to be practical and look at email is just one component of the entire marketing channel or marketing ecosystem. But email plays a role for communication or one-to-one communication with your audience. Okay. So I hope, Daniel, I hope that helps you. I saw there's a post by Tanel from Smiley, our dear friend. If you go to my comment section, I think he put that. He actually had an article about email marketing, that email marketing is dead. There's an argument against it, obviously. Do read his article, and just go to my LinkedIn profile. You'll probably see that in his comment section. All right. Okay. Hi, and thanks for watching. If you need my help to set up your email marketing engine for your business, just click on the link here and you see a list of services that will help you grow your leads and sales and also increase your profits through emails. I'm looking forward to working with you soon.